In the past few years, there's been a notable increase in the amount of content that's made specifically for children. Why is that? Well, for starters, making content for children is an easy way to make money. Just throw together a shitty video about giving away money or curing random strangers of their illness, cut the video and edit the video so much that it would make a Victorian child have a stroke. Children's content has been a lot more eye-catching than regular content like this made for an older audience because they don't really care about what the video is about. They just want to see their favorite characters or their favorite people on the screen. The problem that I see arising more and more though is the amount of addictive content that's being spewed out, pumped out. There's two categories that I would put. The first one being the MrBeast effect and the second one being the cartoon character effect. The first one that I want to start out with is the MrBeast effect, or the MrBeast era. This one is targeted more about the style of editing that MrBeast has popularized on YouTube. His video consists of many cuts, yelling, big bold words, and drama.
I'm currently on an island infested with snakes! But I'm visiting way deadlier places.
I remember when MrBeast first started making content, it was just reacting to really crappy intros that kids would make for their YouTube videos, but he has since scrubbed all of that from the internet and now produces high quality content. You can still find some of these old videos of his reacting to these intros where he's just sitting back, he's relaxing. There's no yelling, there's no cuts, there's no big bold words, there's nothing like that. It's just him reacting. In the background of his videos, you can also see that subscribe for a cookie thing that he has plastered everywhere now. MrBeast didn't really start blowing up until he started making videos saying Logan Paul 10,000 times or something along those lines. And after gaining this massive amount of attention, this is where the MrBeast effect actually begins. Each video during the MrBeast effect has the same type of format. I survived in a place for 100 days, 100 people versus 100 different people, and every single thumbnail for these types of videos has the same sort of picture. He's just creepily smiling into the camera. Like that. He's either on the left side of the thumbnail with an over-exaggerated kind of look behind him, or he's front and center and he's got a large group of people or things behind him. It looks like AI, honestly, but I can't really tell. And he was doing this before AI kind of became popular, so I don't know. Ever since MrBeast started doing this style of content, many copycats have come out. My first thought of copycat YouTubers who try to recreate this MrBeast effect would be Morgs. This YouTuber used to ride the wave of fake pranks, and he has since started making rip-off MrBeast videos. They have similar thumbnails, but I couldn't be bothered to actually sit through one of his videos because he's always annoyed me. He's always annoyed everybody. I don't know anyone who's an actual fan. The second category that I wanted to mention was the cartoon character effect. This is aimed at a much younger audience than the MrBeast effect, and this is the one that I have more of an issue with, and I think a lot of people have an issue with this one more than the MrBeast one. The MrBeast one is kind of just annoying, repetitive, cringy, but the cartoon character effect really consists of channels that use popular characters in TV shows or movies to gain the attention of children. So the last subject of my first video that I made about Troom Troom falls into this category. A lot of the characters that end up falling into these types of videos are mascot horror characters, such as Huggy Wuggy, Catnap, the Five Nights at Freddy's characters, all of them. But mainstream characters can also end up falling into this type of genre. So the Paw Patrol characters, Bluey characters, Peppa Pig, Baby Shark, all of those characters can also fall into this category. I need to give a small disclaimer because there will be a little bit of mentioning of borderline adult content and gore in this small segment, but it won't last long. This cartoon character effect or era is not a new thing. In my first video about Troom Troom, I also mentioned that there was a problematic era of YouTube called Elsagate. It was a period on YouTube where many anonymous creators would take children's favorite characters and put them into adult situations. For example, there would be videos like Elsa and Spider-Man pregnant or evil Peppa Pig. These adults that were making this type of content, they would prey on children's curiosity and get them hooked onto watching immature content. Most of the videos that are coming out with the cartoon characters were also tiptoeing around the lines of pretty much softcore porn. YouTube at the time, whenever Elsagate was a big thing, it didn't have the guidelines that we have today, so it was easy for children to come across these videos and become addicted to this type of content. Nowadays, the issue isn't really, on softcore porn videos, but it is getting dangerously close to gore videos. Videos especially containing mascot horror characters, killing or hurting other characters. A mother actually came out against this type of content, explaining that her 6-year-old was terrified of going to bed because he was watching a YouTube video and there were a lot of subliminal messages such as grab a knife and kill your parents.
But fuck fucked up people up there have worked this out, and what they do now is they put subliminal messaging in what sounds like a kid's program. A really like cutesy little bear being like, this evening when your parents go to bed, go get a knife and murder them.
Which I don't think I need to explain why that shouldn't be in kids' content, but it's there. It's real, and there's not really much people can do about that besides report the videos. People are even finding these types of videos on the YouTube Kids app, which is directly aimed at children. So now we're seeing the aftermath of these addictive videos and how children are coping with it. Just recently, a video on TikTok went viral where a mother takes her child out to hibachi for the first time. It was a big trend on TikTok. You take your kid out to hibachi and you get their reaction to the big fires and all that. And it's supposed to be really funny. Going out to hibachi is a form of entertainment itself. They cook right in front of you, they do the silly little things, they have the big fire, which kids are reacting to. But this mother specifically takes her child out to go get hibachi, and there's an iPad in front of his face. It's just showing the aftermath that children cannot sit. They can't sit and watch the real world around them. They have to have an iPad in their face all the time. And I feel like it's because of this addictive content that they are consuming that they can't live without it. At the time of writing this script, which was a pretty long time ago, it has 18.4 million likes and 93.6 million views. But the iPad is the only thing that piqued my interest. It probably has a lot more views and a lot more likes now. I put it right here, but that's just sad. If your child's already addicted to this content, which they likely are because it has spread everywhere, it's a real problem. There's no 100% foolproof way of protecting your children from this dangerous content. But there are plenty of ways to lower the risk of your child becoming addicted to this type of content. A few researchers have suggested limiting the amount of monitored screen time, and that can do very well. Instead of sticking an iPad in front of your kid's face and just walking away, you can make it a bonding moment, and be interested in the type of things that your child is watching. Another thing that you could do, which I get this stuff is really hard, but it's possible, you could try removing YouTube altogether. Giving kids activities that they can do will help them develop good motor skills that they will need later on. If you just need them to sit for a while, there's plenty of educational cartoons that you could show them instead, especially with the rise of streaming platforms. They're a lot easier to come across instead of just shoving the iPad and YouTube down their throat. I know it's not just the parents that need to take accountability for shoving the screen in front of their kids' faces. We also need to address the fact that these channels are posting content like this in the first place, which is an issue. But I feel like parents do need to step up and kind of take their kids out of this situation entirely. That's all I really wanted to discuss today, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I know this one was kind of a little bit different and a little bit all over the place, but I feel like it's important to bring up. Let me know what you thought about this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if there's any other discussion points in the comments. I enjoy hearing other people's opinions, and I guess I will see you in the next video. So, bye. I'm sorry.